Most people will tell you they don't have enough time. They wake up late, lose hours to their phones, put off the one thing that actually matters, and then act surprised when nothing in their life changes. Days turn into weeks. Weeks turn into years. And one morning you look up and realize you're still waiting for a someday that never came. Everyone dreams about a better life. More money, more freedom, more respect. But here's what most people never understand. Success isn't built with money. It's built with time. A billionaire and a beggar both get 24 hours today. Nobody gets more. Nobody gets less. The only thing that separates them is what they do with those hours. This is a story about that exact truth. My name is Ryan, and this is a story of a boy named Eli and the old man who taught him what time really costs. Eli grew up in a quiet town at the edge of a forest. He was sharp, good-hearted, and full of big dreams. He'd lie awake at night picturing the life he wanted. A house for his parents, a name people respected, a future that actually felt like his own. But Eli had one habit that quietly wrecked everything. He believed tomorrow would always show up with more time in it than today did. When his father told him to learn a trade, Eli said, "I'll start next month." When his teacher pushed him to study harder, he said, "There's still plenty of time." When his friends spent their evenings building skills, Eli spent it scrolling, napping, doing anything that felt easy. One delay became 10. 10 became 100. Years slipped by while Eli kept waiting for a right moment. That never once knocked on his door. Then one evening, sitting by the old creek behind his house, doing nothing in particular, Eli met a man named Samuel. Samuel was retired now. Everyone in town still called him the watchmaker, because for 40 years he'd repaired clocks for half the county. If anyone understood time, it was him. Samuel sat down next to Eli without asking permission and said, "You look like a man waiting for something." Eli laughed. "Just resting. What do you want out of your life?" Samuel asked. Eli's face lit up instantly. "I want to build something real. I want money, respect, a life my parents can be proud of." Samuel nodded slowly, then asked one question that Eli couldn't answer. "And what have you done today to get it?" Silence. Eli had nothing. Samuel reached down, scooped up a handful of gravel and sand in the creek bed, and held it out. Then he slowly turned his hand over. The sand poured through his fingers and vanished into the water. "That's your time," Samuel said. "It doesn't wait for your permission to leave. It just goes." Eli watched the sand disappear, but the lesson hadn't landed yet. Not really. The next day, Samuel invited him over. On his kitchen table sat 3 watches, an old habit it is, keeping broken ones around. One was brand new, ticking perfectly. One was scratched and slow, still limping along. The third was shattered, hands frozen, dead for who knows how long. "Tell me what these mean," Samuel said. Eli shook his head, confused. Samuel pointed to the first watch. "This is tomorrow, still ticking, still full of potential, but it isn't yours yet." He pointed to the second. "This is today, damaged, imperfect, running a little behind, but still moving. You can still fix this one." Then he pointed to the shattered watch. "And this is yesterday, frozen forever. You can polish it, stare at it, wish on it all you want. It will never move again." That one hit different. For the first time, Eli actually sat with it. That night, he did something he'd never done before. He counted his hours honestly. Hours spent scrolling with no purpose. Hours sleeping past noon. Hours avoiding the one hard conversation, the one skill, the one decision he kept dodging. When he added it all up, it scared him. He hadn't been broke. He hadn't been unlucky. He'd been bankrupt in the one currency that never refills. The next morning, Eli made a decision, quiet but firm. No more waiting for motivation to knock. He'd build the discipline first and let the motivation catch up later. It wasn't easy. Old habits don't leave quietly. They drag their feet, they bargain, they whisper, just one more day. More than once, Eli almost gave in. But every time he wavered, he pictured that sand slipping through Samuel's fingers, or that frozen watch with his hand stuck forever on a moment already gone. Slowly, something shifted. Eli started waking earlier. He picked up one real skill, then another. He read instead of scrolled. He showed up for his family instead of making excuses to them. He wasn't chasing some dramatic overnight transformation. He was just refusing to waste a day in front of him. Months passed, then years. The skills compounded. The discipline compounded. Doors opened that used to look permanently shut. People noticed a change before Eli even fully saw it in himself. One afternoon, an old classmate stopped him on the street. "What's your secret?" he asked. "You're a completely different person." Eli smiled. "No secret. I just stopped waiting for tomorrow to do today's work." Years later, Eli had built a life he once could only picture at 2 a.m., a business that mattered, a family that was proud, a name people trusted. And one evening, walking past that same creek, he saw a group of teenagers sitting exactly where he used to sit, doing nothing, waiting for nothing, dreaming about everything. He sat down beside them. "What do you want out of life?" he asked. They lit up instantly. One wanted to be a surgeon. One wanted to start a company. One just wanted to see the world. Eli listened to every word. Then he reached down, scooped up a handful of sand in the creek bed, and slowly opened his hand. They watched it disappear into the water, just like he once had. "Remember this moment," he told them. "Every dream you just told me has a price tag on it, and the currency is time, not luck. Every day you waste makes that dream more expensive. Every day you use well makes it cheaper." Some of those kids remembered that day for the rest of their lives. Some built the things they said out loud that afternoon, and every single one of them later said the same thing. The turning point wasn't talent. It was finally respecting the clock.